What is the greatest I Am Him performance of all time? A match where a footballer stepped up and proved himself head and shoulders above his peers. I'm not talking about established stars having any old great performance. For example, Kylian Mbappe's hat-trick in the 2022 World Cup final is not an I'm him performance. We already knew who he was, and he didn't prove any particular point. However, his performance against Argentina at the 2018 World Cup, where as a teenager he took on the greatest of all time and made that game all about himself, that is when he told the world just who he was. See, an I Am Him performance needs to make a real statement. Ronaldinho receiving a standing ovation at the Santiago Bernabeu in 2005, now that made a statement. Despite being recognised as a world-class player, that was the game where Dinho established himself as the undeniable best in the world. But an I Am Him performance isn't necessarily just about announcing oneself, it can also be a reminder. In 2018-19, Cristiano Ronaldo joined Juventus, who came up against CR7's former rivals Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Atleti won the first leg 2-0, prompting Diego Simeone to celebrate as only Diego Simeone could. And after the game, Ronaldo was ridiculed. People were saying that he was on the decline, but this only motivated Cristiano. After the Portuguese legend scored a hat-trick in the second leg, he taunted Simeone by throwing his celebration back in his face. A reminder that Cristiano Ronaldo will forever be him, at least until he wasn't. And with the return of the Champions League knockouts, I wanted to explore what are the greatest I'm him performances in UCL history. So without further ado, my name is Gareth of 90+1, and these are 5 of the most iconic I Am Him performances in European football history. The 2007 Ballon d'Or race between Cristiano Ronaldo and Kaka was not decided by one trophy, one game, or even one goal. It was decided by one single moment. See, when Manchester United met AC Milan in the 2007 Champions League semi-final, the tie was billed as winner takes the Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo was having an incredible season, his breakout as a true world beater. 21 goals and 20 assists in 47 games so far in that season. But if Milan's number 22 were to win football's most prestigious individual award, he would need to turn up in the biggest moments. So when Ronaldo opened the scoring with a Messi header just 5 minutes into the game, the Brazilian knew he had to respond. And respond he did with a brilliant run and a cute finish to make it 1-1. And then Kaka delivered what would become his crowning moment. A beautiful solo goal where he made United's defenders look silly. 2 goals from Wayne Rooney in the second half actually gave United a 3-2 advantage at the end of the first leg. The pressure was once again on Kaka, who rose to the occasion, scoring a beautiful equaliser just 11 minutes into the second leg as the Rossoneri cruised to a 3-0 victory. Assisting the winner in the Champions League final against Liverpool was the cherry on the cake for his season. But it was in this moment that Kaka said, "I am him." That is the moment of genius that everyone was talking about, and that is the moment which secured Kaka the 2007 Ballon d'Or. What is Lionel Messi's I Am Him performance? His Ankara Messi goal was certainly an I Am Him moment, and 1 month before that he scored an El Clasico hat-trick against Real Madrid. However, these both happened in the 2006-07 season before Messi truly was him. But 2008-09 was the season where Leo truly became him, and one game in particular. When Barcelona were drawn against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final, the question on everyone's lips was, can this little kid really do it in the biggest moments? Against a team that Barca had never defeated in European competition. A match that was billed as a battle between Messi and another one of the world's best wingers in Franck Ribéry. But after just 9 minutes, Messi began making a mockery of that comparison with a tidy finish to make it 1-0. 3 minutes later, he had an assist as Samuel Eto'o doubled Barca's lead. Moments later, Leo should have had a penalty, but Howard Webb said no, probably out of mercy for the German side. But Messi showed no such mercy as he quickly made it 3-0. Before a mazy Messi run saw the ball fall for Thierry Henry, who made it 4. By halftime, the Messi versus Ribéry debate looked like an absolute joke. Leo spent the second half with 3 or 4 players on him at all times as Bayern resorted to fouling. Still unable to contain him, but keeping the scoreline to a respectable 4-0. Of course, Messi would go on to have plenty of great performances, including in that year's Champions League final, where he scored a crucial goal against Cristiano Ronaldo's Manchester United, winning the treble of La Liga, the Copa del Rey and the Champions League, topping it all off with his first Ballon d'Or. After their matchup, Ribéry was asked about Messi's performance and responded in disbelief with, "A human? An alien? What is he?" The answer to Ribéry's question? He is him. Gareth Bale joined Tottenham in 2007, hyped as the British answer to Roberto Carlos. However, the Welshman would rather embarrassingly have to wait 25 games before he tasted victory with Spurs. It's safe to say that he wasn't quite living up to the hype. On October 1st, 2009, Gareth Bale was branded a flop and linked with a £3 million move away to Birmingham City. Remarkably, a year later to the exact day, the entire footballing world woke up to headlines stating that the Welsh wizard was, in fact, him. But nobody expected anything when Tottenham rocked up to the San Siro to face treble winners and European champions Inter Milan. Bale himself was up against Maicon, who was widely regarded as the best right-back in the world. And people were correct not to expect anything as Inter went in at half-time with a 4-0 advantage over the North London Minnows. Spurs were well beaten, however Bale saw this as an opportunity. Just minutes into the second half, the Welshman took the ball, burst past Maicon, sprinted down half the pitch and fired the ball into the far corner with his left foot. Then, remarkably, he did almost the exact same thing, this time tearing Javier Zanetti a new one before firing in an almost identical finish. Before finally, in added time, he scored again with yet another left-footed shot into the far corner. A hat-trick at the San Siro, destroying not just the best right-back in the world, but an all-time great in Javier Zanetti. Tottenham may have lost the game 4-3, but Gareth Bale proved that on the left wing, he was him. Let me take you back. It's 2011, Barcelona are the best team on the planet and Spain are world champions. At the same time, quietly, a 19-year-old Jack Wilshere is midway through his breakout season and earning the title of Wonder Kid. And then, in the Champions League round of 16, Arsenal welcomed Barcelona. Now, the Gunners were fairly lightweight and everyone expected Barca to walk all over them. However, up stepped Jack Wilshere, refusing to let the gravitas of the moment overwhelm him, earning the Man of the Match award and inspiring Arsenal to a famous 2-1 victory. Defensive prowess, dictating play, dribbling, press resistance, and creativity. He showed it all in this game, combining the best elements of Xavi, Iniesta, and Sergio Busquets into one performance. Of course, he wasn't on their level, but on this night, he was above them. Even Xavi acknowledged as much, saying that it's a performance that he struggles to forget. When asked what he learned from the Spanish Masters, Jack responded cheekily with, "Couldn't learn much, they spent all night in my pocket." Arsenal were knocked out in the away leg, albeit not without controversy. And Wilshere went on to win the PFA Young Player of the Year and be named in the PFA Team of the Year. The future looked incredibly bright for young Jack. But then an injury in pre-season delayed his progress, before injury after injury completely derailed his career. And what was supposed to be his breakout I Am Him performance ended up being the pinnacle of his career. Did you know that Cristiano Ronaldo was once considered a failure? It's hard to believe now, but when Real Madrid signed him in 2009 as their answer to Lionel Messi, they did so expecting him to deliver La Decima. For years, Los Blancos had been desperate for a star to deliver their 10th Champions League trophy. But as the years went by, many people doubted that Ronaldo was him. In his debut season, Madrid failed to get past the round of 16 for the 6th year running. In his second, they did reach the semi-finals, but were humbled by Messi's Barcelona. And Florentino Perez made it very clear that this was the season to deliver La Decima. However, missed penalties by Sergio Ramos and Cristiano Ronaldo meant that Madrid once again missed out in the semi-finals, this time to Bayern Munich. Despite all of Ronaldo's goals and success, he had failed to deliver the ultimate prize. But Cristiano took the responsibility, telling Madrid fans, "I owe you a Champions League and I will not fail you." But fail he did once again the very next season, as he was outshone by Robert Lewandowski, who scored 4 goals as Borussia Dortmund ended Madrid's hopes once again in the semi-finals. However, in 2014, Madrid once again reached the semi-finals for a 4th year running. Once again, they faced Bayern Munich as Ramos and Ronaldo looked to overcome their penalty heartbreak from 2 years earlier. And they both scored twice in a 4-0 humiliation to get revenge on Bayern and Pep Guardiola for seasons gone by. Ronaldo set a new record of 17 goals in a single Champions League campaign as he realised his destiny in Lisbon, the same city where he had first made his name, fulfilling his promise by winning La Decima. After all the years of falling just short and of people doubting him, it was that semi-final against Bayern Munich where Cristiano proved that he was, in fact, him.